Hi, guys. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us on Clean Greens Living. It's your girl, Queen Bree and Robyn T, and we are broadcasting live from Rainier Avenue Radio.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. We are coming to you from unceded Duwamish territory, aka Seattle, Washington. Original theme music for our show is produced by Cuddy Fresh, aka Carrie Williams, and we're happy to have you. We have an amazing show lined up today. Queen Bree, can you let us know what's coming up, and maybe kick it off with some farm updates for us?
Sure can. Okay, so what's going on farm today, this week, is we are now signing up for our CSAs, and we're also looking for volunteers. So if you want to be a CSA or a volunteer, please visit us at Clean Greens Farm and Market, cleangreensfarmmarket.com, and you can sign up to be a volunteer, you can sign up to do CSAs, or you can sign up for both. We're also excited that our greenhouse is in the works. They just started breaking ground to get our greenhouse in. So that's another exciting update we have. So today on our show, we have two strong, beautiful Black women in the community getting into some good trouble for our community with educating them on things as far as education for their children, buying homes, mental health. We want to highlight today for Black History Month, Rep. John Lewis, who was an American politician, statesman, and civil rights activist. He was one of the Big Six leader groups that organized the March on Washington and the March to Selma. Our two guests is Bella Richi and Debra Monroe. Bella Richi has over 40 years of operating in-home childcare daycare. She is a community advocate. She is a counselor, a coach to other daycare workers. She's on advisory boards to help with Best Starts for Kids. Debra Monroe has over 13 years experience across the social services organizations supporting children and families impacted by housing and economic instabilities. So we want to welcome them onto the show and learn about their program plan. Welcome, guys.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi.
Great. Thank you so much for being here. Can you start us off by telling us a little more about PLAN, Positive Learning Assistance Network, and what is the mission and what do you both do there?
PLAN's mission is to achieve social and educational excellence and improve quality of life through access to high quality early learning and enrichment programs for children 0 to 18, home-based educational activities for parents, professional, educational programs and events for child care providers, adult advocacy and social services, and a community meeting space for culture, heritage, events, celebrations, and gatherings.
Nice. So how did you guys come together and start playing? What was the process?
In 2018, Bella's Creative Learning Center had a grant through Best Starts for Kids to train parents and providers on the Ages and Stages questionnaire. Most of the feedback that we received from African American parents and providers was the assessment wasn't culturally relevant. And we wanted to create a space focusing on educating African American families in a way that they would understand more.
So what is it? So what do you want to see from the community? Why do you think that the community should see this as an important thing for us to know about and learn about?
As a person of color, we wanted to be able to eliminate some of the stigmas around certain things and just learning new ways to engage people with the way things are going nowadays.
Right. Because, as far as African American community, I don't know if people know this. It was very hard for our children to be educated. It was very hard for our parents to have access for education. And it's still running rapid in schools these days. Like, there are actually programs that are making sure that they're working within the school system to take away some of these discriminations as well.
Thank you. Thank you. Bella, what is your role with Plan and how long have you been there? What have you been working on the most?
What I've been working on is with the providers the most and with the families. My role in PAN is I'm the executive. My role is being executive. I'm owner of Plan, and I just support the providers and the families. We have a spot where we have a room where they can come in and get different materials for their child cares. They can get self-care. They can get anything they need to run their daycare. We have things for, and we have toys if they need that. And I also teach the providers ASQ. And my biggest dream, my next step is to try to get a child care hub and teach. I'm a level 4 early achievers for people that know what that is. And I would like to educate the providers on how and train them on how to become a level 4 for early achievers.
That's amazing. I am not familiar with what is ASQ.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Deborah.
Deborah, you can answer. You can answer.
The ASQ is the Ages and Stages questionnaire. It's a assessment that's done on children 0 to 60 months. You do it twice a year at the beginning and closer to the end.
Awesome. So you said you provide some self-care for providers. That's really beautiful. What kind of things, what does that entail? What kind of things are in self-care for providers?
So we have Zooms and tabletop monthly.
Oh, go ahead, Deborah. Bella, we can't hear you, so can we just let Deborah go ahead and answer that question?
So we provide Zooms and table talks for providers and families during the month. We have one coming up February the 27th. We have an event coming up preparing the children to go back to school post-COVID. So we'll be doing that. We have a home buyers educational seminar coming up in February. We have a list of things. It's listed on our Facebook.
Very good. If you're just tuning in, this is Clean Greens Living with Queen Bree and Robyn T, coming to you live from Rainier Avenue Radio. Today we're speaking with Deborah and Bella from Plan Positive Learning Action Network. Bree, did you have any questions
Yeah, I
as
was gonna
well?
say,
I know you did. I just got really interested in some things, so I'll kick it back over to you.
no, it's okay. I know. I what I love about you guys is that you guys have both been in the community for so long, and a lot of the presentations that Zooms that you're putting on is really important for us. So one, I just want to say I appreciate that. And thank you for providing those self-care and tools for families to learn outside of home. Education is very important to us, and I like that we're breaking down those barriers to think that African American families and people, low income people, don't want their children to learn. It's not that people don't want their children to learn. We just never really had the access. And so thank you guys for being beacons in the community, creating that access for them. So I know that you guys have two other things that you guys have going on, the African American Coalition and the Children Coalition. Can you tell us about that?
The African American Coalition is a coalition of parents and providers. We hold systems accountable for policies that they have in place and making sure there's no biases in practices. So that's what we do within the African American Coalition. And recently, due to COVID, we've been doing a lot of education in the community about the vaccine and how important it is, and just COVID itself, even with the children. So we've been doing a lot of mental health pieces that goes along with this pandemic that we've been in.
I know I know you guys have a book drive going on for Black History Month. Can you tell us a little bit about that? I know this is the second one. The first one my kids did participate in, and I really loved it. I wish I would have brought the book, but they had a Martin Luther King book, which I thought was really cute. So you guys have a drive coming up. When is that?
It's February the 20th. Each month we'll be giving books away, Nevaeh's book giveaway, and we'll give books to children and parents, whoever want it. I don't have a list of the books we're giving away this month, but on February the 20th at 11 o'clock at the Martin Luther King Memorial Park, we'll have books first come, first serve, and it starts at 11 a.m.
Nice. How can people get involved in Plan and helping you guys?
They can contact us. We need volunteers to help with the Zooms. We need volunteers to help with the donations that we receive. And we have a huge fundraiser coming up March 21st that we're having a Shop Till You Drop pop-up shop on Sunday, March 21st from 2 to 5 at Delancey's 810 South 3rd Street in Renton. We're going to have vendors, food, and raffles. And you could go on our Facebook page, facebook.com, Positive Learning 98. It's the email, it's the sign on for that. And if you want to contact us, you can contact us at plearning19gmail.com.
Nice. So we always like to ask people in the community, what is your motivation? What is your drive? What brought you into this line of work? Because this line of work is it's not a lot of people like to be in it. You don't get paid a lot. You don't get paid for your troubles. So what brought you guys to this, to make this, and what keeps you going?
For me, I like helping people. I'm a giving person, and I like to, I'm from a small town, so we didn't have a lot. In order to have opportunities, I like helping people with opportunities to better themselves.
Yeah, that's one of my drives too, is that I didn't have much access or help with my education, or there was times when I was younger and I found myself homeless. So that was my drive to be in this part of the service. And even when I wanted to get out, I was like, I'm not making money in here. What can I do? Everything I thought was in the helping service. So I just gave up and was like, okay, I'm just going to be poor for the rest of my life, which is fine because our community is rich in education. Our community is rich in access. So, okay, I have a question for you guys. Where is Black History Month? And a lot of the times we always highlight the men in the history. And I want to talk about some of the women in the history, like Coretta Scott King, who was Martin Luther King's wife. Like each year we take a moment in time, and we will always continue to do this in respect of Martin Luther King and his work. And I'm not saying stop that, but I feel, and do you guys agree that we should start adding Coretta Scott King to this? Because at the end of the day, a black man, a strong black man, always have a strong black woman behind him, helping him through this course. And I feel like it's time that we start highlighting her. What is your guys' thoughts?
I think we should. I think we should. Like you say, behind every strong man, there's a strong woman.
Yes, and I don't think a lot of people know that she was a part of the civil rights movement, and that when he died, she continued it on and took leadership of the struggle for racial inequality. Was you going to say something, Bella? I'm sorry. Was Bella trying to say something?
I think so.
Well, you know what? Sometimes this happens in radio, especially over the internet. We have a little lag, so it's okay. When you want to bump in, Bella,
too.
Huh? Okay. So so Coretta Scott King, she was an activist in the women's movement. I don't think a lot of people know, and I think these are things that we should start highlighting as we go. Is there any other women in history that you can think of off the top of your head that did something that we don't talk enough about? I'm talking to everybody.
I know.
Anybody can take on. I mean, anybody can answer this question.
I know, right? It's true. There's a big movement right now to start talking about the women who were part of the movements that didn't get spoken about. And I actually am kicking myself right now because I read this whole thing about one of the women who was really involved in that, in Selma. And it was like, nobody knows her name. And it's true. Like, I need to go back and read up about it because they don't get spoken about often enough. And it's great that now we're starting to give credit, but we need to go back. We need to go back and give some more credit too. So.
Right. And see, this is why I know that it's like 1 month is not enough time to cram all these people to know about. Like, it takes 365 years to learn about all the different people that came in and did some work. There are so many people. And since we have time, now this may take up most of our time. Have you guys been keeping a watch on Trump's second impeachment trial?
It's a circus.
I am just flabbergasted that people, Republicans, are going to ignore what happened for political gain. Like, that's crazy to me. Do you guys think that they're going to impeach? Do you guys think that they're going to ignore it? What are you guys' thoughts?
I have no clue. You know, they do whatever they choose to, but it's clear that the things happen, but the outcome, yeah.
Yeah, we need some accountability for sure. And I saw you posting about it, and it was just like, it's a little bit laughable that they're trying to let it slide, and the argument.
Crazy. If they let this slide, then that means anybody can come in here and do this.
Seriously, I know, and it like makes it seem like that stuff's okay to get away with, and it's just glaringly obvious what some people can get away with and what some people can't. So it's funny. I'm looking up at this. I'm looking up female activists right here. So we've got Amelia Boynton. There we go. She was there. Amelia Boynton Robinson. So we're going to start saying some of these names. And that's the thing, is saying the names over and over, and we'll remember. But yes, and the women that are up there speaking in this impeachment trial, let's amplify, Yeah,
like the whole thought that, like, I've been watching and I'm like, am I not watching the right information? Because I'm like, where did you get this big idea that this was stolen from somebody? And And it's crazy that we're even having this trial and discussion during Black History Month. Actually, it's kind of like one of those things that we're having it because we know that a lot this past year, Black people have been marching for Black lives and did not get half as good a treatment as those people got on the Capitol. Like half, there was more people injured, arrested, and died during marches for Black bodies than there was for storming the U.S. Capitol. This is crazy to me. And I can't believe that we're even having this discussion
Seriously.
during these times. And it just shows you that we haven't come really far from the 60s. We've come far. I don't want to take away from any of the work that has been done and that we continue to do, but we haven't come far enough for me to say that, like, if this was Black people, this would have been a closed shut cases. We have some of the people who attacked the Capitol going on vacations, going to Mexico, going to weddings, getting transferred to jails to eat organic foods.
That one right there, when there are people in solitary for doing basically nothing, it is. And that's why it's really good to see the work both of you women are doing right now, especially just the people that just keep grinding, even with like what is going on in our country and has been, and that you're working on making things more culturally relevant. Like, that's huge. That's giving a step up from the beginning to children who are already getting kind of a crap deal from the system, by not even getting a test that's relevant for them, and that sets it off from the beginning. So amazing work you're doing there, because we got to hit it from all sides,
I think it's an excellent way to explain white privilege to our children too.
Yeah. Excellent way to explain white privilege. And then the fact that you guys are down there teaching their families and their parents about it. And then we're raising up kids with accountability in our community and in our system.
Yeah.
Because people don't understand that sometimes it takes a village to come out here and teach and learn and give access, because kids obviously aren't learning everything at home. Because can you imagine, these kids are learning a totally different way of life. Like, some of their parents were telling them they're not going to be coming home because they're going to war. Like, that's crazy. And so then it's nice to have folks like you guys in the community having access, having Zoom classes on education, educating the parents, educating the children. So I have great hopes for the kids going up, because we are out here doing this work in this community.
Yes.
Exactly.
What are ways that you guys think that people should step up in the community? Where do you think we're lacking and we need to step up?
I think we should have community engagements, partnerships with businesses, internships. The community need to come together and build our resources. It takes a village.
Yep. I think we should have a community engagement or a community forum where we bring people. I really be wanting to have like a civil conversation with the other side to understand, like, what is it that you guys don't get about basic, and this isn't just about Black or white, this is basic human rights that we're all fighting for: women's equality, African American equality, people's right of their own choice. Like, I don't understand why anybody else's choice about their lives affect you. I don't understand everything about everybody's anything, but I still respect it. If somebody wants to be called a certain thing, I'm going to call you it. Okay. I'm not going to sit up here and question you about it. And so I'm happy to see people out here still doing the work, because it's easy to get caught up in your moral compass on which way to go, which it seems like a lot of people are struggling with their moral compass these days.
Yeah, it almost provides a convenient distraction for people to not do the work, to just keep talking about their fears and talking about, keeping people down, while people are out here doing work and needing support. And I do want to talk about your visions. You both mentioned some visions about community engagement. Bella, you had a very beautiful vision about a hub for a childcare hub for resources, and you're already out here providing this with so much experience. And I think it's beautiful for all of us and our listeners to just take a moment with these visions and kind of try to like make them come to be together, and then what do we need to put together with that, so maybe we'll mention again, because I think we're getting close to the end. We can mention again how to get in touch with you, the support you need. You have a book giveaway on February 20th. I'll just mention one of your pop-up fundraisers on March 21st, and get in touch with you. So I think Bree has some more of your contacts and whatever else you want to pop in here so we can really get you supported.
Yes. Also too, we'll put their information on Clean Greens website so that you guys can contact them, because it's a really good program that really needs the support of the community. They have also, I like that they have mental health Zooms, because it's very important that during these times, during COVID, during the continued fight for Black lives, and during this trial, it is very important for us to take time to make sure we're in check with our mental health. So please check these ladies out. They're really out here making sure that our community and our children are taken care of. And we just want to thank you guys for coming on the show and being here with us and telling us about yourselves. I pray for continued success, and whatever you need from me, let me know and I will be there. Clean Greens will show up for you as well.
Thank you guys for having us. We appreciate it.
No problem. And we want to thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you.
I'm not closing out. I'm just saying thank you for joining us. On Clean Greens Living, broadcasting on Rainier Avenue Radio World.com. We talk about African Americans for 1 month in February. I just really want to encourage folks to continue to do the work in education. We have on our website coming up for Rainier Avenue Radio this week. I'm sorry, Daniel, I cannot read that. My little old lady's eyes can't read that, but I hope you guys see that. And then we do have it posted on our website as well to check out all the upcoming events that Rainier Avenue Radio has coming up for Black History Month. We really appreciate Rainier Avenue Radio for hosting Clean Greens Living, and having also other community events to teach people about African Americans for the month of February. And we hope you continue it outside.
Yeah, lots of great programming going on in Rainier Avenue Radio. And in fact, they have a traffic jam on next. And it's been so wonderful to have you all today on the show with us. This is Clean Greens Living Radio. Today we had Deborah and Bella from Plan. And what do we have coming up, Bree?
Okay, first of all, you guys, it's snowing outside. Jesus.
Right?
Thank you.
But next week, we have coming up our executive director for Clean Greens. We're so excited to have him. We're going to be talking about what's going on with Clean Greens. We're going to be talking about what's going on in this world and mental health. So we hope that you join us next week as we continue to have updates for our farm. So thanks for joining us on Clean Greens Living. And we hope that you guys stay safe and have a good week. And happy Black History Month.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.